Just the dead hunt I'm looking for. I am Captain Hermann Wolf, and I need your help to find out what has the dead so restless. It has been some time since you've seen action, yeah? Come, let's get you back up to speed. Downstairs you will find our shooting range. Take these precious moments to practice if you're rusty.
Oh! Oh, they do! They have testes. Testes 1, 2. No more. Welcome to the channel, everybody, and welcome to Zombie Army VR. I'm Mr. Survivor, and you might be wondering, why the beanie in June? Well, that's so headsets can't see me sweat. Well, sort of. It's more of a comfort thing for me. I don't have to have the headset as tight, and it helps with slipping if I do get active in the Matrix. So, but the added bonus is that I don't get sweat all in there either. Let's talk about this brand new VR game and help Hermann Wolf, the leader of the squad, to find his family and end the zombie apocalypse. Oh, and you'll also be hunting down zombie war criminals. Who knew? Like, seriously. Yeah, that's bizarre, yeah. They agree. There's no one there, but they agreed. And the game does give you access to authentic World War II weapons, explosives, and various melee weapons like pistols, machine guns, and of course sniper rifles for those glorious X-ray kills. Well, he died again. Grenades, landmines, and melee weapons like wrenches, pipes, hammers, etc. Plus there's weapons to pick up in some of the levels, and seemingly for a limited time. I'm not really sure if that's all throughout, but I'll show you one here in just a bit. That zombie's choosing an interesting spot to start biting. It's a little weird, buddy. You need to come this way. Let me learn you something. That'll work. Today is just a first impressions video, guys. I'm allowed to show you footage from the first 3 levels of the game, and all gameplay is captured from my PS5 via the PSVR 2 version. All gameplay is the PSVR 2 version. No comments. Game name? Which platform? There's your answer. Anyway, initial thoughts and impressions are mostly positive. The game's fun to play and it looks decent in the headset, sparing a few little muddy textures here and there, but that's not to say that there aren't questionable choices for the game, but we'll get to those shortly. First, let's take a look at the gameplay loop, or at least how it plays as it's presented in these first 3 levels. There is an overall objective to each level or section, and that means you're going to be fighting your way to that, collecting it, or doing whatever you have to do, and then fight your way back out to complete the mission and or level. And when you enter a section of the game, it usually spawns just like a few zombies, but it can spawn quite a few. Like, there's definitely hordes in this game, much like its flat counterpart, albeit in a little more of a linear way. The zombies are varied, and it does keep you on your toes a bit because it forces you to go about the kills in different ways. And shooting the guns does feel good, reloading them is mostly on point. I think the sniper reloading out of all of them feels the best, though, in terms of both shooting and reloading, but that's only up to this point in the game. That being said, though, the sniper, when you're in the sight, it does take over the entire field of view, which I know some of you aren't going to like, and admittedly, I do tend to favor the blurred depth of field with magnification on the scope itself. But it's not really bothering me here, and that's likely because it's a little bit more fast-paced arcadey style shooting, because when you're in the heat of things you really don't even notice the all blacked out screen. It just kind of becomes natural. I only noticed it the first few times. Machine guns are really good for whenever the zombies grow in numbers but at close range, and the pistols pretty much serve as a last resort when everything else is depleted. You can dual wield weapons, such as like 2 pistols, 2 machine guns, but you can mix and match that as well, so like a machine gun and a pistol, a hammer and a pistol, and so on. And then there's explosives. So they do this thing with aiming grenades. Once you've pulled the pin, you can then hold the trigger of whatever hand is holding that grenade, and an aiming arc will show up, and then you let go of the trigger and the grenade flies to wherever you were aiming, and you watch the fireworks, and that's all there is to it. And I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a complaint for me. I want to actually throw those grenades for real. I don't want to have an aiming arc and whatnot. It just feels, I don't know, it removes me a little bit from the moment, because well, I just want to throw it. Like, when we're in VR, the interaction piece of VR is really important to me. And I think that's just something that was kind of a miss. And then the other thing is while we're talking about odd choices, you have to, okay, let me rephrase this. You can and you mostly have to two-hand the rifles and the machine guns. But you can't two-hand the pistol for some reason. And I don't know why, but this seems like a miss that I would definitely like to see added later. Oh, all three of you. What the hell is that thing? This is one of the level weapons I was mentioning earlier.
Shit. What did you do?
Apparently. It's a beast, this guy. Well, it's time to wrap it up, but before I forget though, I wanted to mention the game has a lot of accessibility options, so you can really cater the experience to your liking and or needs. Vignettes, free movement, teleporting, height calibration for sitting or standing, smooth turn, snap turn, UI adjustments like turning some, if not all of it off, etc. There's also a co-op mode, which unfortunately I couldn't lock in with any other creators before making this video, but hopefully I will for the full review in a couple of days. I do think that if games like this bore you when playing solo, it should and probably would really shine in co-op with a buddy. I don't know about you, but games like this do tend to be more fun with a friend. Minus a few curious choices, muddy textures, from what I could show here, was a lot of fun. The game's main drawback thus far for me is that it's a bit too hand-holdy, meaning that you're really not left to figure anything out. The game is going to guide you to exactly where you need to go. Hopefully it opens up after these initial 3 levels. I guess we'll find out in a couple of days when the game drops on the Quest 2, Quest Pro, Quest 3, Quest 3S, PSVR 2, and Steam VR on the 12th of June, which is only a couple of days from now. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you did, please leave a like or a comment, or even consider subscribing for more. Keep playing, keep surviving, and take care.